For history was history, fools were we. Then we climbed a tree and finally we could see. Lo, then the internet made us smart, now know everything do we. Thus we share with thee these trifleries, till nobody learns nothing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bottom of the Barrel. It is a treat to be here again. My name is Jay Hickman. I'm here with my dazzling co-hosts. Who are you again?
I am John Swasey.
I'm Kyle Jones.
Yeah, there they are. John Swasey and Kyle Jones. Those are the ones I remember. We're back. We're back at it again for another side-splitting episode of Bottom of the Barrel, during which time we'll take a topic of interest to all of us and hopefully all of you and delve into it, maybe too deep, take it all the way to the bottom and make everyone wish we'd never brought it up. That's the goal, anyway. What do we have this week, Kyle Jones? Something neat?
Oh, yes. We are going to take a little trip to the circus. I like it. Copyrights. Slow down, guys.
That's well in the public
We did
domain.
just enough to not fall into the copyright infringement.
And we
I
did
think
just enough to
just
sing a
enough off
song
key.
that's 180 years old. So also, I think we're safe.
Okay. I like it. But yeah, so
The last time that had
circus.
copyright protection, it was played on a calliope. So I think we're okay.
Ooh.
Good
I
word.
don't know if you can say that on the air.
That's what we have a sound engineer for. Mute.
Could you bleep out please?
Oh, Lord. So people are aware of the circus, of course. It's big, it's fun. And we wanted to talk a little bit more about how it all came about. I'll be setting us up of just kind of the time, especially here in the U.S. Now, it was happening in Europe before the U.S., but when it was happening in the U.S., we're talking about the 1820s and 30s. And life kind of sucked back then. Horrible conditions. No one had any money. No TV, no radio, no cars. It was all horses and wagons. So you really didn't leave where you were.
You know,
Right.
I'm just going to go out on a limb, and you probably don't need to give that sort of qualification to our audience. I think they know that there were no cars or no TV back then.
There were also no hair dryers.
That you should include. That we need to clarify.
At any rate, the entertainment came to you. So you waited for it. So it was a huge deal whenever entertainment came to you. And the circus, for one, it just came through, poof, huge, and then bang, it was gone. So businesses shut down, the schools closed, and everybody went when this thing showed up. And a few people, of course, decided they wanted to join them along the way. But generally speaking, the circus was also kind of a mixed bag, right?
So, Kyle,
Everyone was
I have major questions about two things you just said, and I'll happily wait.
We are 1 minute in, and Jay's going to
Listen,
slow down.
I'm
Let's just
qualifying
slow
this.
it down.
Like, if you're going
to
be getting to these things, then I'll hold off. But I'm curious about. You said everything screeched to a halt when the circus came to town. I'm interested in that. I'm also interested in sometimes people joined in. I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
Like, is there going to be some time dedicated to recruitment with the circus?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
If you have some addition, you can now. But yeah, towns shut down.
Yeah,
for
so
this.
I'll wait for a week. We can talk about recruitment later. And then, so the shutting down part, like, was there anything else that would, quote, come to town? Like, was that the only thing during this period of history? Were there other things that might roll through where people were like, ooh, the snake oil salesman's here, like, stop everything?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what you had, Jay. I think that's exactly right. You had the guy coming in, Professor McGillicuddy's wagon of
Not that guy again.
extraordinary
Oddities and fancifications. Yeah.
Yes.
And yes, exactly. Fantasmagorical.
My rooster can count to 10.
I've got a four-headed rooster with 3 legs.
Were there
that
any headless
lays-
chickens that maybe came through town on a tour?
Oh, yeah. So I guess the
that's where that
difference,
came from.
the difference was organization. That's what made it the spectacle it was. It was all of it at once.
So I presume like people in these small towns were bored out of their skulls. They did their
Yes.
drudgery, dreary lives and just waited for entertainment to come to them because
Yeah,
there's really no alternative. So the circus was the biggest and best organized thing that might come to them.
Yeah, because Aunt Bethel singing
well,
that same song over and over again wasn't going to do.
And the a lot of the country where the circuses would first go, a lot of the country was very agrarian. So there was all you did was wake up in the morning, go out to the fields, plow the fields, work the back 40, come home at night, have your chitlins and gravy, and go to bed after a pipe and a fiddle tune.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was your life. So when the circus came to town, when you went into town and you saw a big poster that said, coming in a week, they would post.
Yeah, we'll get into the posters. That was,
I know we're going to get into that. I don't want to jump ahead. But yeah, so I think to answer your question, I think, Jay, this was absolutely, this was the big event of the day. This was what everyone looked forward to.
Okay.
And the circus coming to town also, it was a mixed bag because, of course, people are amazed and they're a little afraid, because you've got all these strangers in town, maybe jealous of the lifestyle. And a lot of them looked down on them. It was a sinful thing. You had performers in tight clothes and contortionists and stuff. And so it was a little dirty at the same time. But nonetheless, people went anyway.
I'm real curious about the looking down part. Like, was that? I understand what you're saying exactly. That this kind of
bohemian lifestyle was not
that lifestyle. They're producing nothing, so that's one thing you might be like, well, what have you done with your life? But also the clothing would be like, that's inappropriate for church. Yeah, but
the trapeze lady, are you kidding?
It obviously
beards.
It wasn't inappropriate enough that the circus just like went away. Like the mayor of these small towns were like, no more circus here. There's no dancing allowed and there's no circus. It's sinful.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like, hey, y'all are dancing. You can't do that. Get out of town. I think it was the oddity of like, oh my gosh, these people are from a different world. They're like, they're bringing in stuff we've never experienced. What is that?
Right. It's fascinating. But to Kyle's point, they were also looking, once they realized that it, wasn't from another planet, they're like, that skirt's a little skimpy. I don't want that influence on my children.
There's definitely guys, I'm sure they were in the back room jacking off after they saw the trapeze act.
It was, after all, an agrarian society.
Yeah. What else are you going to do?
Full of hoes.
And early on, it was crime filled. It was a place where like the ticket takers were not paid. It was all you just skim off the top or shortchange people, overcharge your way, and you just travel with them. Same with pickpockets. Some of them, when they got more organized,
they were encouraged to be there.
They would get a percentage. Pickpockets would, if depending on the arrangement, some of them were paid by a percentage. Okay, you go pickpocket $50, you give me $5 or whatever.
Because these are towns full of rubes, right? Like this is the pickings are good.
That's a carnival term, is a rube.
Yeah, a rube. That's a great word, man. If you're a rube, because it really meant a circus goer. But if you said you're a rube now, that would be derogatory, right? Like what a rube.
Yeah,
no. John's suggesting that term when it was first coined was not insulting in any way.
Not what I found.
I just thought it meant a circus goer. Like, hey, it's a bunch of rubes.
I'm sorry. John thought this. Kyle is going to...
Are you insinuating I'm a rube?
Kyle's going to throw a yellow flag on John's research on rube. We'll get to it later.
I would just walk by John in the carnival yard and, kind of tip my nose while I'm by him, cueing my buddy on the other side. This guy's going to be an easy mark. Because he's a rube.
Got it.
Anyway, so even with all this crime, and this was kind of, part of the reputation and expectation that this was going to be there, but people still
I'm sorry.
went.
I apologize. That reminds me, I do have a headless chicken with me. That would be fun to. Where's my headless chicken? Well, it was just here a second ago. Son of a gun.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
because
the circus
there was
has
going to
gained
be
a new headless chicken. Happens all the time.
If you have, for the possibility of seeing something you've never seen before, you just kept your hand in your pockets and tried not to get screwed over, but you wanted to see this lion from India or this giant elephant or a giraffe, thing you've never seen before. A guy
So did it gain that reputation very quickly? Like, the circus is coming to town. I'm so excited. I need to lock up everything that's of value, and then I'll go into town and see what I can see.
That's early on, especially. In fact, this is part of the Barnum story, is changing that part of it. Okay. And we'll get there. But here we are. Everybody's poor, and everyone's bored.
Which is the best place for the pickpockets to go, to the poor people party.
Yeah, get the 2 cents they actually have. And so whenever everything shuts down and everyone goes to this big spectacle that runs into town, and it's this is horses and wagons, so it marches into town like a parade. So you get elephants, giraffes, and things marching through your town, and they march through the town and then go pop up their location. And nowadays, and especially back then, the person who generally is considered responsible for most of the things we think of when we think of a circus, especially here in the U.S., is Phineas Taylor Barnum, P.T. Barnum. All right, and I can give you a little quick history lesson of P.T. Barnum. Are you ready? Do you have any questions first?
I do. He's not the first, but he's the best known.
Not at all.
Okay.
Right.
And actually, and if I'm cutting into your stuff, please forgive me, but P.T. Barnum actually started out doing some other stuff before the circus.
Oh, I mean, yes, we're going to do
and
that.
I know you're going to get into that, so I won't dive into that. But yeah, but he was the impresario extraordinaire of.
Yeah, he figured out how to.
Let's exploit this stuff for my benefit.
And he also just wound up in the upper echelon of the universe. He was the most popular guy in America for a while. His picture was on everything, toothpaste to, everything. I don't know.
Wonka bars. So are you going to discuss John Bill Ricketts, or is that?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, that'll be you.
No. Well, let me do it right quick, super fast.
Okay. All right.
Allegedly, the first modern circus was brought to the U.S. by John Bill Ricketts in 1792.
Woo!
Okay. And he introduced,
with a name like Ricketts, he's a star.
It's going to be good. And then he opened the first circus building, a non-traveling circus in Philadelphia the following year, 1793.
1793.
So just the idea of the circus.
What sort of acts did he have? What was his?
What
was his lineup?
I'll get to that when I jump back to circus across the globe. But most of the circus stuff was based on equestrian performances, horseback,
standing on a horse.
Yeah, standing on a horse. That was the start of the
bareback
circus.
riding.
And then there would be some animal acts and some acrobats and some comedy and a clown. But so it was pretty tame. But yeah, I think that was, I have very little beyond his name and the dates in terms of what the circus was like in Philadelphia in 1793. But yeah, it did predate the big boys.
I will tell you though, that's interesting, Jay, because the acts that you just mentioned, the stuff that he brought over, equestrian aside, it was more acrobatic based. It was more human based, as opposed to what Kyle is about to enlighten us with the P.T. Barnum,
You don't know me.
Involved a lot of anal. I'm sorry, Kyle. I was thinking of you.
That's a different story.
it involved a lot of, and P.T. Barnum and others, which I can add to, but it involved a lot of animals, exotic animals, which the European circuses didn't really, I don't think, really utilized.
He's thinking again. You hear that?
Yeah, that's
You're
a
gonna
mistake.
Slip that in.
Easy.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
All right.
So P.T. Barnum, who made Circus what it is today, born in 1810. So there you go. He wasn't even born yet when the circus had already started.
Yeah.
And in Connecticut. So
It's the right part of town, that's for sure.
I'll blast through his early life. By 12, he was already selling fake lottery tickets. 15, he was running his father's store. By 17, he opened up a bar in Brooklyn. And by 21, he was already writing, editing, and publishing a weekly newspaper called the Herald of Freedom.
What a jerk.
He kind of was.
If that had been my kid, he would have been grounded long ago.
He was most definitely a jerk because in the Herald of Freedom, he was exaggerating his opinions and had many articles about local politicians and higher-ups and whatnot.
Yeah.
Gets convicted of libel and goes to jail.
Oh, that's
He
great.
called it Fox News.
Yeah, well, sort of. Herald of Freedom is kind of like that overly dramatic. I mean, you can hear it because that's what he's known for. In those posters you were talking about, we studied him in advertising because he was such a successful advertiser, which doesn't necessarily make you a hero.
It was about what will get somebody to give me 25 cents to come see what I've got.
Sensationalism. Yeah.
Sensationalism.
I get
That's
it.
a good word for it, Jay.
You bet.
And whenever he finally gets released, he schedules his own parade.
I'm sorry. Wait, how long was the sentence?
Oh, it wasn't long. It was just a matter of months where he was actually behind bars. But yes,
Can you be put behind bars for libel these days? Or is it just a fine normally?
These days, I don't know.
I think you just get sued into
Yeah.
a
Lost
barrel.
property.
Yeah.
To the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
Hey,
Sued
then,
from here to Jupiter. Okay. Back in the day,
so
a
he needs
libel sentence would give you 2 to 3 months.
get you a few months
Gotcha.
in the clink.
in the pokey.
And when you leave, you got to throw a parade, right? And so
As was custom at the time.
and so now he's 24. He gets married, needs to get out of town, so he moves to New York. In 1834.
Wait, did he need to get out of town because of his bad reputation or because he just got married? I missed that part.
I would say the bad reputation. But,
Okay.
Marriage is hard.
so
It's work. Everyone knows.
so John knows this one, I know, but he in 1834 begins his career in entertainment when he finds a lady named Joyce Heth. And Joyce Heth,
Oh, Joyce.
when he meets her, you know what he does? He buys her.
Throws a parade?
Nope.
Yeah.
You didn't give me a chance to guess.
Yeah, so it's exactly what you think. P.T. Barnum's story is going to be complicated. He did a lot of great things for a lot of people who probably didn't have a whole lot of great things happening to them. But, I mean, he was a natural-born swindler and ruthless dickhead that took advantage of everything he could, including slavery.
He was a Rubicon artist.
He was.
I don't even know what that means.
Look it up, Jay.
Rubicon artist.
There's this quote by him, and I'm gonna read it in my best P.T. Barnum. There is a recording of him out there.
And you've heard this recording?
Yeah, I have a link to it.
Oh,
when
yeah.
they,
Have you not, Jay?
No.
We'll
Did
post
you
it
not
to
do the
our-
research
to
on
something.
this?
No, I was told not
Jay.
to. I was told not to.
I
He's coming
understand
in
that.
blind.
And
So I wouldn't double
I
up.
understand. I understand. Yeah, there is like he befriended.
It is him doing the whiskey speech?
No.
Oh.
No,
not the whiskey speech.
That would have been something. No, but he did befriend
Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison and did a recording, very short. But yeah, I've
Just
heard
before
it
his
too.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was what I'm about to get to here. His whole mantra
hold on. So
what I'm not about to get to next.
You've established that he was the great showman, as later works would herald the greatest showman on earth.
Yeah.
And so he was a big seller. He sold himself really well. He would sell things that were worthless really well. And so he was all about bluster and glitter. And so your impression of him, which you're about to do, is based on a recording of him on his deathbed with Thomas Edison's first recording device.
He doesn't sound like he's on his deathbed, I'll be honest. When you listen to it, he sounds
on his deathbed, it sounds like he's 30 going, "Hello, folks. Come on in. Hear ye, hear ye."
I will not be doing that guy, that ringmaster sort of fella.
Welcome to the greatest show on earth.
The Carnival Barker. The Carnival Barker.
Yeah, which actually John will get into that later because one of the Ringling brothers is that guy.
Oh, nice.
P.T. Barnum wasn't really part of the show. He wasn't that guy. Some circuses were run by the clowns, one of the clowns. Some of them were a trapeze guy. You didn't know who the head of the
Barnum.
The company I work for is run by a clown. I don't know if I don't know.
Do you want to name that company, Jay?
I think Jay's in business for himself.
Wait a second.
Hey,
I work with a lot of companies.
Barnum never went to his shows. It was like
he didn't even.
I'm running this even when it got into the big time, like the big top, if you will, the big time. It was like he never went to the shows. Just send me the check. That's all I need.
That was the only sliver of conscience he ever showed.
Not show up.
He didn't want to bear witness to the horrors that he had unleashed upon.
No, he was a part of the show from time to time. I lied. I'm just remembering one. We'll get to that later.
This happens a lot too.
Okay, so his kind of mantra, this will give you a good insight into what he was all about. And it's kind of what's new, what's next. And here's a quote from him that kind of, to me, means all that.
And this is your studied impersonation, right?
Studied it twice.
Okay, no, that's good enough for me. I'm excited.
Our cottons were sold for wool. Our wool for cotton and silk and linen. In fact, nearly everything was different from what it was represented. The customers cheated us in their fabrics. We cheated the customers with our goods. Each party expected to be cheated if it was possible. Our eyes, and not our ears, had to be our masters. We must believe little that we saw and less what we heard.
Thomas Edison asked him to say this. He's like, I love that quote of yours, PT, so much. Let's record it for history.
Oh, that is not the quote on the...
Oh, son of a bee.
Yeah, no. I was using
what the hell,
one he did.
Kyle? What did you... I thought that was the whole thing of the recording.
We can...
for God's sakes. Folks, that's been Bottom of the Barrel. We're going to tune in next week when we actually have shit to talk about.
We'll try again. With a little more preparation.
Way to take us to the bottom ASAP.
So, anywho, take that to me, the very beginning means a lot. Our cottons were sold for wool, our wool and cotton for silk and linen. So it's already the next step. I have this thing. It's not this thing. It's what it's going to get me in the future.
Yeah, he's playing 4D chess, I guess.
Yeah, he is. He's 2 steps ahead.
2 steps.
So anyway,
he's bargaining up at a swap meet.
So anyway, let's get back to Joyce Heth. Do we remember Joyce Heth? That
was sad. Very sad thing.
I'm sorry. Before I thought you were going to, and then he founded Amway.
He probably did.
But sure. Let's go back to Joyce Heth instead.
So the deal with Joyce,
she was Tupperware.
No, quite. So I guess sort of, in a way, because she was really old, and she looked even older. So this really, really wrinkled person, Barnum bought her. I don't remember the price,
but also married her. This is the first Mrs. Barnum.
No.
Oh, is his first love?
No.
None of that.
You were just
First
like, and then he fell
First
in love.
opportunity.
And the
No,
woman he
that's a
fell in
different
love
story.
with, he bought.
No.
If
He
we
got
could
married,
only
he moved
buy
to New
love.
York, and then went into entertainment when he found Joyce Heth.
I swear to goodness, you said, and then he had to leave town and he got married.
Yeah, but not to Joyce Heth.
Oh,
Dave, can you rewind that for us? Anyway, so Barnum billed her as George Washington's original nurse, and this would make her 161 years old. And it cost $25 to come in and look at the wrinkled lady.
$25, I think.
Oh, sorry,
25
cents. I'm so sorry.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry.
I'm
25
sorry,
cents.
Jay.
so I'm sorry. What year was this? 1840 something?
Well, he started in 34, so this is 34. Yeah.
That was right in 34. That was his first act. Was the what?
Yeah, this
Washington's
is his
original nurse?
beginning. I mean, yes.
So 25 cents. Do we have any wild idea on modern dollar amounts, inflations?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It was
okay,
about $10.
John.
$10
Oh,
to see the oldest lady in the world.
161-year-old George Washington's nurse.
In my research of looking, every time there was like, and it cost 50 cents to get in. I was always very curious about what is that in today's dollar. So I think it was about $10.
I'm glad you were so diligent.
So I imagine
This is
you're
a
getting to
surprise.
this, but I'll be curious to know if Joyce Heth was ever allowed to give commentary on what her life was like at this time, being this act. Like she sat in a chair and what?
I think she did a lot of this. And for our listeners who can't see this unless you get on the Patreon, it was this. She was like going,
For those of you at home, John Swasey is nodding with a smile on his face.
Mildly satisfied look on his face. So yeah, I don't know anything about being an owned servant or anything, but if I was purchased and told now I'm owned by this person, and you're like, your job is to sit in a chair in a room with glass walls and nod,
And look old
and nod with mild satisfaction, I'd be like, I guess.
25 cents, take it.
yeah. Well, yeah, I'm giving you a nickel for every time the person that comes through. You'd be like, I can do that.
Well, let me do my math. According to your math, with inflation and modern dollar figures, that would be $2. A nickel would in 1834 would be worth $2 today. So every person that comes through and marvels at me, and I get $2 for that, for sitting there, like, good work if you can get it.
You know, it's funny. We're all, as many of our listeners know, we're all actors, and we go to conventions where we sit at tables and have people come up to us and give us money for sitting there. So
John
we're
is a
really
freak
not
show.
much different. We're not
Well,
much different.
it's a little different because only you are paid to look as old as possible, whereas myself and Kyle are paid for other things, which we'll go unmentioned.
Oh, Jay, you're such a treasure. Thank you.
It's
What
why
a
I'm
gem.
here.
What a gem.
I'm here all season, folks.
My friend, everyone, Jay Hickman.
Jay Hickman.
All right, I'm sorry.
So,
Joyce F.
I just want to make this a little bit worse.
Oh, so I'm sorry. How
For
quickly,
me or for her?
How quickly was he found out? Or was he ever found out?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Okay, good. Okay. Off you go.
But before we get to that, the real kicker here is that Joyce Heth was sold to Barnum by another guy who was trying to use her oldness as a thing. And he got Joyce Heth from another guy who was trying to do the same thing.
Come on.
It was Barnum who just did it right, I guess.
What is the definition of, quote, doing that right?
Yeah. Barnum was able to exploit the black lady correctly.
Old.
The elderly appearance.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I would love to hear the stories of the first two guys and their
how did they
ill-fated
screw
attempts
it
to
up?
try to make her look old and get money for it.
Right. I mean, I don't know what their ads were, but
I think I was going to say it's like nobody thought except of him of George Washington.
Hang on one
They
second.
were like, "Oh, that was brilliant,
Yeah.
George Washington." Oh my gosh, I was so much younger than that.
And then, George
Damn
Washington's
it.
son showed up for a look. He's like, wait a minute. But this, actually, I'm so curious about this because, and I'll just touch on this and I'm sure we'll be getting to it. A big part of the traveling circus was the circus sideshow and the games and the freaks and the what have you. And one of the games was the guy who could correctly guess your weight or could correctly guess your age. Like that guy was always a big part of the sideshow. So that's what I was wondering. Like, was the guy that kind of ended the fun? And Barnum was like, "You found me out, sir. You found me out, but I've got a job for you."
I can tell you though, there is a difference between the circus and the carnival. Those are two different things. You would find the barker that going, "I can guess your weight and age for a nickel." That would be at the carnival. You wouldn't find that at the circus.
So how early was the carnival travel? It's a traveling thing too, right?
Hey,
I think
don't fight me on this. I'm telling you, it was
we'll pretend you're right.
It was a distinctively different thing. The carnival was different than the circus.
Circuses have a sideshow, though, don't they?
I don't think so.
I go to the
Yes. I think so.
I think well, maybe. But at a circus,
I'll take it.
At a circus,
it literally started with the sideshow.
But you don't go through there's no midway at a circus.
Well, that's more the games.
Right. But that's at a carnival.
That's not what he said.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but
can we move on?
The sideshow, the thing that's on the side of. It doesn't have to be in the middle of like a midway, just on the side. That's all I'm saying.
Just trying to help her out.
This is what you get for trying to help people. Jeez.
So Jay, to what you said earlier, to what you were wondering about old, when he was called out.
Yeah.
Well, sales started to slow. People had seen her or were skeptical or whatever. And so P.T. Barnum said, yeah, they're skeptical because it's crazy. He knows. And so he
lied.
He puts out an ad in the paper, his own ad, not by himself, but accusing the whole thing being a fraud.
To drum up sales. What a son of a
Drum
bee.
up sales. And he answers his own accusation.
Yeah, like, come see for yourself.
Yeah, judge for yourself. And you'll learn that, in fact, she is a robot made of rubber and mechanical springs. That's literally what he did. It worked.
Yeah.
It brought sales back up. Joyce Heth could stay for another couple of years.
Did she have to get Cybertronic implants though in order to make that work? Sell the
If you move, I need you to do it like this.
Wow.
So, with the success, let me jump ahead. I'll blast through a little bit of history. With the success of Joyce Heth, he saves up enough to buy
bottom of the barrel, blasting through history.
He saves up money, buys Scudder's American Museum. And that is dog tricks, flea circus, jugglers, albinos, giants, dwarves, glass blowers, and I'm sorry to say this, but Native Americans. A lot of people out there.
Not blowing Native Americans.
Because this is still in New York City, so a lot of them were less familiar with meeting a real live Native American.
So,
and
this is important because
but he was in a building. This is a building.
Yeah, we're still
we're not
brick and mortar right
at this
now.
point.
Well, not brick and mortar, but
Scudder's American Museum was a brick and mortar museum.
It was a brick and mortar. It was a place you went to. Mm-hmm. No matter where you are in the country, if you wanted to see it, you had to go there. It was not coming to you.
Right, but he's in New York, so he at least has a large audience.
Oh yeah,
built in.
There's plenty
and
of people.
Go
he made a
to
fortune.
But
and people go to New York.
The exhibits you were describing at Scudder's American Museum were not like museums we'd go to today. They were
the word
oddities
museum
mostly.
Yeah, that there is a distinction there. They had museums were basically people based of oddities, and the freak show is the museum, and then the menagerie is the animals, more like the state fair sort of side of it.
And so the curators of these museums would be like, "Great news, folks! I've opened a museum. It's a big exhibition hall, and I've got the most odd, curious things you've ever seen in your life. I have a two-headed snake and a headless chicken and an albino and a guy with a double chin and
fucking headless chicken.
You won't believe it."
Everywhere.
And everyone would be like, "That's incredible. Where can I see him?"
Oh,
Over here. You see him at my museum.
Oh, there it is, Jay.
Wow.
Nicely played.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thank you. I'll be here. I'll be here all season.
reached.
I'll be here all season.
So, but he found out the answer to that Questuseum with that was his advertising prowess. All these posters
Not
and
so
drawings.
good, Kyle.
Yeah,
And that's why Kyle got into advertising.
he knew where to put the posters. He knew when to put them where, and he knew to show someone a slight version of something they had never seen before, so that they wanted to go see it for real. And it had to be next. It had to be something new. And,
So, quick, if I can interject this real quick about the posters.
yeah.
And I don't know if this is something that he dealt with in New York versus the traveling things, because in the traveling portion,
We're not there
Circuit-
yet. If you go ahead.
I'll just shut up. I'll shut up. I'll wait. I'll wait my turn.
Because I think I know where you're going with it. With the
Okay.
posters.
Well, I'll wait. I'll wait. I don't want to jump the gun here.
Okay.
I don't want to let the audience in just too yet.
Always
so-
leave them wanting more, as P.T. Barnum once said.
Yeah. Well, leave them overwhelmed with all the shit they've seen. All right. So
Trade him some
He's
fake
always
cotton, as P.T. Barnum once
You
said.
thought that was a bearded lady? Wait till you.
So he meets someone who where it all changes. Where
And he
this-
buys them.
not this time.
Oh.
This time he meets a little fella named Tom Thumb. Well, that's not his real name. Charles Stratton. And Charles Stratton has microcephaliae. I think that's how it's said.
Oh, boy.
That's
Anyway,
I think
a
what
tiny-
your penis has.
He was very, very small, and but he wasn't just a little guy standing there like Joyce didn't sing and dance or nothing, right? This guy, Charles Stratton, could sing, he could dance, he could tell jokes, do impressions, like they would put him in Napoleon's outfit, and he would crack the crowd up.
And how tall was he?
Very small.
He was so tall. Come on.
I should have written that down, but I didn't. I just
Well, he was named Tom Thumb, so he was at least as big as a thumb.
yeah, we looked. I think he's like 2'1", 2'2". We looked it up last night. The wife and I. It's coming back to me. And so
Wait, a
coming
thing,
back to you?
thing that you learned
she
last
helped.
night is just now coming back to you.
yeah. Well,
Glad we did the podcast today.
I mean, he knew if he had been here, we could have asked him. But so P.T. Barnum knew that he had something here. So he markets the crap out of it. They create a ridiculous backstory with biography books that were written about him that never happened.
Right.
And
He was
the success was
discovered
so
in an
big.
exotic, far off Asia or whatever. Oompa Loompa land.
Right. It's as ridiculous as you can imagine. And it's the success of Tom Thumb that he takes the show on the road, and it becomes the traveling spectacle. It's called Barnum's Magic City Museum and Menagerie.
What year do we have here?
We have a year that John's going to look up right now.
Good man.
That's going to
good
be
man.
it's going to be the middle 1800s.
Yeah,
Probably.
I'm sure
it's
is.
It's 1830s, mid 1830s.
But I mean, we started in 1834 with Joyce Heth as the oldest woman
It did
in the
not
world.
take long. It
Okay.
didn't take too long for that to happen.
But like he started with Joyce Heth, and then a couple of years later, he's met Tom Thumb, and he's ready to travel.
I could be wrong, but yes, it wasn't.
I doubt it. This never happened before.
And Barnum is smart enough to know he needs somebody to manage all this stuff. He doesn't want to do it. So he brings in a guy named William Cameron Coop. And he tries to clean up the act a little bit. Okay? Because of...
any relation to C. Everett Koop?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this guy came in with, look, the word itself, circus, is vulgar at this point. Nobody wants to go to the circus because it's so kind of dirty and crime-ridden and sinful. And so, not that they changed all that much, but advertising-wise, family-friendly, bring the whole gang. They kind of portrayed it all as a lot cleaner. And
called it a carnival.
and so
Is that what they went
the
with?
two of them together,
Carney folk.
they and this is John. I need your math on this one because in 6 months they had
Five.
They had
Yes.
made
No. Yes.
$5. Okay, how much is $1 million in 1834?
Yeah, that is about $6 million.
It is not. You said 25 cents is equal to $10.
No, Jay, it doesn't work like that. You can't do that. I mean, I can.
That's multiplied by 40, basically. We're multiplying by
Negative,
40 to
negative.
get from 1834
So you're
to
saying what year?
1840.
How much is $1 million in 1840? $37.2 million.
Okay, that's close to a factor of 40, like we talked about.
That's
Remember?
weird. Math. Mm-hmm. So,
They made a lot of money, dude.
so they
They made a
explode.
lot of money.
They totally explode. They grow and grow. They are dwarfing the competition. They have to add rings instead of like there was a whole math they had to put together to make it the 3-ring circus. This is when that happens. They made the tent longer because it all was because the animals were trained within these rings.
Whoa, what animals? You
Yeah.
haven't mentioned any animals yet.
No, they're like horses.
Yeah, the standing on the horses, like Jay was saying earlier. The menagerie, that's part of our whole Barnum's Magic City Museum and Menagerie. He has accumulated all this. He's very wealthy very fast.
All right, we got horses and headless chickens. Got it. Go ahead.
Yeah. And Barnum is now
Riding a headless chicken.
a headless chicken
Look at
riding
me
a horse.
go.
So now he's a bona fide superstar. He's super wealthy. He's hanging out with the bourgeois and everything. And to top it all off, as he's climbing to the peak of his solo career, he has Jumbo. Do you know what Jumbo is?
Jumbo.
I sure hope it's an elephant.
Oh,
It
you're
is
damn
the
right it is,
largest
buddy.
elephant on Earth.
What did America in roughly 1839 know about elephants before Jumbo?
Dude,
Only the things that
we're
the-
actually, and I got to say, Jumbo, we're way beyond 1839. So we need to make sure we reference that. We're up into the 1870s, 1880s.
My
Whoa.
God.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I don't know what you were doing for the last 50 years, Jay, but we were we've jumped ahead.
I was just hanging out with the oldest woman on the planet, I guess.
Well, so he's ruling the circus, or excuse me, show world for a long time. He is
yeah. So where did we get Jumbo, and
I don't
when
know.
was
Oh,
Jumbo?
I do. I know.
Please.
Yeah, jump in.
Jumbo came to P.T. Barnum. Now, here's the thing.
in a dream.
He's skipping how it happened. He just said he can answer the question. He's already skipping it. Did he freeze?
No, I didn't. I was just doing that for fun.
That's called an aneurysm.
But
He'll snap out of it.
there was another fella that had a circus
Whoa, are we?
on the East Coast that was rivaling P.T. Barnum's circus. And he was very jealous that P.T. Barnum had the world's largest elephant. So
Yes.
this guy,
Do you know his name?
I do not.
He's
You
also
sound
not,
like P.T. Barnum.
he's also not
You're just-
remotely answering my question.
I do,
No.
I
He's
do
making
know
shit
the
up.
elephant. I do know the elephant's name.
What's the elephant's name?
Jumbo was touted as the largest elephant in the world.
Correct.
And the rival circus guy goes, all right, I've got Bolivar, the heaviest elephant in the world.
Oh, the fattest elephant. Way to go.
That was his comeback. I've got the fattest elephant then.
Right.
So
the rivals.
Screw you.
The rivals
Screw
between.
you, Barnum.
Okay, listen. Neither of you have come close to answering my question.
I don't know where
I will
that
look it
now,
up
Jay.
myself. I will look it up myself.
No, I can. No, Jay, you talk and I'll look it
Like
up.
when-
I've got it right here.
I'm very curious to know. Jumbo was before Bolivar. Bolivar was a response to Jumbo. P.T.
Yeah.
Barnum somehow brought Jumbo to the United States of America, where
He
elephants
had
are not
a lot
native
of
animals.
Money.
I'm sure he did. When he brought Jumbo over, year as yet undefined, how did he do it?
Yeah.
And was that the first elephant on the continental United States? Like,
No,
did anyone
not at all.
here, had anyone in the United States of America ever even seen an elephant?
Yes.
Did it?
Oh, yes.
Because
Yes,
the
they
circus
had.
had
Since when?
elephants.
Elephants, I think, were part of the circus. Like, you didn't have a lot, but I think in the early circuses, you had elephants.
Okay.
Yeah. The menagerie.
Adam Forepaugh, by the way.
Yes,
is
them.
Adam
Forepaugh
Forepaugh
Senior.
Circus.
He was a senior.
He was from the Philadelphia area. He was
Yes.
the one that.
Yeah, he was
brought
funny,
in-
and they would. The funny story there, they would have they would do posters. If this is what you were talking about earlier, they would do smear campaigns at each other. Like they would make a poster of "Don't be fooled by the swindlers over there at
Yeah.
Foreskin's circus. They're a bunch
terrible.
of hoodlums."
Foreskin Circus was the best. They were called rat sheets. And what they
Yep.
would do is literally
Yep.
they would come up and they go, like, if you had a circus, they're going to come into your town. They would have guys that would come in a week or 2 weeks prior and put up banners and posters going, the circus is coming to town. And then other circuses would go, fuck you. We're going to put our banners up over yours. Or
and-
they would
yes.
say, that circus is a sham. You don't want to see them. You want to come see our circus instead.
Yeah, they've got they got a bearded lady, sure, but that's really a dude. You know, they would accuse each other of being
Yeah.
fakes.
Hang on to your corks, everybody. We're going to take a short break and then we'll be right back.
Are you constantly feeling the urge to lash out at those around you or to stomp and scream about things you might find unfair? Have you or a loved one gone so far as to pick up the phone and ask vicious, probing questions of your pharmaceutical company or healthcare provider? Well, guess what? You are not alone. Studies have shown that numbers of both insured and non-insured Americans may be suffering from CCD and not even know it. You've probably never even heard of it. Well, the good news is, now there's Pasiphae. CCD, or chronic cognizantia disorder, is spreading across the nation at an alarming rate. Let me guess, you sometimes find yourself confused and bewildered by seemingly random medical bills. That's CCD. Or maybe you can be easily enraged by wild swings in medication costs. Sound familiar? And I'll bet you might be on the verge of some big nasty lawsuit over denials of coverage for relatively simple tests and procedures to save your grandma. If you or a loved one suffer from any or one or all of these insufferable conditions, you may suffer from CCD. Ask your doctor or pharmacist or a loved one about Pasiphae. With Pasiphae, you don't have to suffer the suffering of CCD anymore. Pasiphae is a technically legal biochemical sedative. Pasiphae has been known to affect one's ability to reason, discern right from wrong, or do basic arithmetic. Pasiphae may cause memory loss, as well as memory loss.
We're almost there, so let's head to the bottom of the barrel.
We got to pause here. I got to talk about this. This is this gets into advertising the traveling circus. I want to know about the guy whose job it was to travel ahead of the circus, put up the posters, scouts. The Paul Revere of the circus. Like he traveled 2 weeks in advance. Paid. Like had they mapped out their kind of itinerary that far in advance?
I don't know if Barnum. It was I don't think it was a formula like, hey, you've got to go 2 weeks out or whatever. But it was.
I think Barnum was the one sending them, saying like, hey, we're going to be in blankety blank in 2 weeks.
Right.
I know that this circus is there now. That one's going to be there the week after us. And here, I've made these ads up. Post these here. Post these there.
And again, I would say, guys, I mean, we've all done conventions for anime and stuff. And I think it's the same kind of thing. It's like, we're going to have our anime convention. That's great. Hey, we're going to have our anime convention before yours. We're going to do this before you, or we're going to. So they would like literally go in and rip down posters, put up their posters. It could be a week. It could be 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't think there was a formula for. It depended. It would depend on if they're going from this town to this town. How long would it take them to get them there? So,
I'm interested in the key element that you haven't mentioned yet, which is like we do anime conventions, and our appearances at conventions are arranged by email, which are sent in split seconds. Back in the day, we had to rely on the Pony Express. And it was like 3 days to deliver a message in one direction, 3 days in the other direction. And so
we send Connor, the three-legged man.
If the guy on horseback delivering posters to the town in whatever, Wichita, Kansas, said like, P.T. Barnum the circus is coming in 2 weeks. It'll be here on February 19th. And everyone's like, ooh, I can't wait for February 19th. And like February 24th, they show up. Like, oh, yeah, I thought they told you. Didn't you get my email from 3 weeks ago?
I think it was like, and it wasn't just like flyers. I think it was like, it was like doing the full-on posters, like plastering up with the balloons and water,
But you were saying P.T. Barnum was like, well, I know the circus is in this town right now. So by the time they get to this town 2 states away, it's probably 2 weeks. So I'll send a horseback rider over to that town and say, circus is coming in 2 weeks. But how can they know that it's going to be exactly 2 weeks? And also, it'll take them 3 days to get there to even deliver the posters.
Well, all right. So good question. Many, okay, Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong, but most circuses literally, unlike what we experience today, most circuses were like, come into a town, do the show, and get the fuck out of town. It was a one day. It wasn't like, okay, we're now in Topeka, Kansas. We've set up our tents. We've put our wagons on here. We've everything, all this. Let's just sit down and relax. And now we can do a show for the next week.
Right.
It was like, no, they came in.
Moved.
They did a show.
Sure. It's a one show thing.
They were out of town that night.
But a huge part of the thing was the parade coming into town, right?
Yeah.
And then they had to set up the tent and do all the stuff. That was all in a 24-hour period?
Yes, absolutely.
It's nuts. And it was like a whole dang city.
It was.
And we're
literally,
about
we
to.
come in.
I'm going to be getting to that because we're so close.
Okay,
we're so close.
But I'm not going to let you get
orgasm?
there. But there was never an occasion where they came to a town that was populous enough that there were like demand for a second day. Like the crowd, it was a sellout crowd, and there were still people at the gate, like, let me in, let me in.
yeah,
They're
no,
like,
there-
well, I have to stay
no,
for a
there
second day.
might
We
be.
have to.
There might be, but I think the overall model was come in, do the show, get out.
Okay, that's all fine and well. That's all fine and well, but it still presumes that they know, the organizers of the circus know that the circus is going to arrive on a certain day. So they're printing up posters in a city that has a printer. Like they can't just go to the Kinko's in Wichita, Kansas, and
So
say
they had
like,
all that with them.
yeah, they brought it with them. And so they've mapped it out. And so they're presuming we know that we'll be here on this day. On this day, there will be no weather problems. There'll be no Comanche problems.
There's always Comanche problems.
Well, Jay, I'm not really sure what you're asking. I don't. I think
I'm almost done. Like I'm trying to figure out how they could map it out so succinctly in 1869 to where they would know
Barnum.
because P.T. Barnum. So like they were sending a guy 2 weeks in advance with posters. They're like, in 2 weeks on this date, the circus is coming to town. And for sure on that date, the circus rolled in. Like this was 1869. There was no hiccups.
Of the time.
There was no hiccups.
Most of the time.
And also you had people coming in from rival circuses, ripping down posters, putting up their poster. Like how did the timing work for that so that the people got the circus they were expecting on the day they were expecting it in 1869? I don't buy it.
I tell you what, Jay. I tell you what I'm going to do.
Ask the
I'm going to build a time machine, and I'm going to send you back there, and you can check it out.
Yeah, like
This
you
is
should
all I've
make a
been
poster
asking
telling him
for
that.
like 2 seasons now. I've
It's a
been
time
waiting for
machine.
your time machine
I
for
want
a
a fucking
long
time
time.
machine. If I could have a time machine, we'd be fine. Yeah.
So,
I don't know. That's a great
If I
question.
could
though.
turn back time, I could meet P.T. Barnum, and he could do his impression of Kyle Jones better than Edison. How was that?
Well, that's a shame. He cannot.
Well, I guess I don't need to build a time machine anymore.
But Thomas Edison did have a pair of pants without asses in it, with his big
Yeah.
tattoo.
See,
He had a tattooed ass.
this is what I showed up for tonight. This is why I came.
Totally gay.
This is why I answered
guys,
your
remember
meeting
what-
invite.
Remember
Right.
way back when I brought up Jumbo?
Barely, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like one sentence away from finishing Jumbo.
Okay. Try it. See what happens.
So, oh Lord. So Jumbo, he's riding high on Jumbo, and that is his big draw.
Literally.
It is his
Jumbo's
new
very tall.
It's his Tom Thumb of the time. And then this Londoner, Jay Hickman, James Bailey.
Oh, London.
Had
I used to
himself-
live there. I don't know if I mentioned that before.
Yeah, and the circus did kind of originate in Europe,
Kind
we
of.
assume, kind. And so you know what James Bailey from London had in his little spectacle circus?
I presume it was Snuffleupagus.
The firstborn baby elephant born in captivity.
Whoa.
So we had a brand new. I mean, everybody loves a baby.
The
elephant,
smallest
even now.
elephant. Yeah.
So this guy, James Bailey, he starts following P.T. Barnum around with his own circus and putting up tents in the same town on the same day with him, knowing that his baby elephant would be drawing from the biggest crowd in the world or in America. So he was going to be able to bite off enough to live on. And Barnum, sees this as an immediate threat, of course, right? He's like all up in his business.
Can I go ahead and guess what happened?
What happens?
I'm presuming James Bailey was visited by a very well-meaning medical professional, like the oldest nurse in the world, who wanted to inoculate him against what was a popular disease back then, rubella, and instead injected him with
one.
and
One of my favorites.
accidentally, because she was so old and shaky, injected him with cyanide, and he immediately died. Joyce Heth was her name, I think.
Yeah, great
Joyce Heth.
story. Great
The
story.
oldest nurse in the world.
So guess what?
I found out.
how.
Guess what? I found out the first elephant to visit the United States of America.
Well, it did not happen exactly how you say, Jay. But instead, Barnum goes, "Hey, can I buy your elephant? Your little baby elephant? First off,
So I can kill it.
no, he just wants the attraction.
In my belly.
And guess what?
Listen,
Nice.
Bailey, you can keep your acrobats, but I want to eat that baby elephant.
All I want.
Put that elephant in my belly. Is that what he said?
Close, very close.
That's what your impression
except-
sounded like earlier. So I thought, probably.
I was doing a Scottish accent. I didn't know I could.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what James Bailey does in response to P.T. Barnum?
I presume
offering
he sent him a cookie bouquet. Was that a thing at the time?
He shot him
no.
in the neck.
What?
Instead, he posts the offer in the newspaper. P.T. Barnum just offered blankety blank dollars for my baby elephant. It must be something else. You better come see it.
Oh,
So he
snap.
totally used it
Wow.
against him.
Yeah.
And
But in
P.T.
very
Barnum.
super
Again.
beats P.T. Barnum style. Like, this is like the greatest
Yeah.
parasite that ever existed.
right. And so
Why isn't he more famous? He should be more famous.
what's crazy is Barnum just likes the guy immediately for out swindling him.
Yeah.
So he says, I don't want your baby elephant anymore. I want you and me to do this together.
And he bought him.
Well, they went into a little more of a what do you call it? More of a business partnership, as you know.
I'm sorry. Slavery wasn't business at the time.
Well, and now it becomes
Not
Barnum.
for Joyce, it wasn't.
Her business was sitting in a chair and looking old.
being old. So
There's
Barnum and-
no business like show
Barnum-
business. There's no
so
business I
Barnum-
know.
Let me just tell you, Kyle's going to say it. Barnum and Bailey were born.
That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say
Shit.
Barnum and Bailey, spaghetti penis. Oh, no, that's not it. I was going to say Barnum and Bailey, the greatest show on earth.
Well, they certainly didn't know that.
This happened, by the way, in 1881.
Okay, see, now we're talking. Thank you with actual dates. Look at you. This is great. We went from 1834 to 1881. I mean,
Well,
I was
And-
trying to speed through some of the boring parts.
no. Nothing's boring. This is the bottom of the barrel. Have you never been here before?
Oh, been there lots of times.
So, to make it, you're now on the cusp of an exciting new chapter, Barnum and Bailey. Before we get there, I do want to tell you, because I asked a question earlier.
here's what's happened in 1722.
First, the dinosaurs came.
I did ask a question about Jumbo.
Yes.
'Cause Jumbo was a big
I don't
deal.
know how he got here, Jay.
It's okay. It's all right. It's fine.
Two elephants had sex, and they gave birth to a giant elephant named Jumbo.
When a daddy elephant with a gene for gigantism meets a mommy elephant with a gene for gigantism, they produce an elephant that's very, very big. I wanted to know, so Jumbo showed up and was billed as the biggest elephant in the world.
And everybody wanted to see it.
Everyone wanted to see it because they were like, wow, like elephants are all over the place. Like I'm up to my neck in elephants as a United States of American citizen.
No, they saw him the last time the circus came to town because they had parades of 20 elephants.
Yeah. I wanted to know, like, how much did your average American know about an elephant? And I was
How
like,
do I quantify that? I think John's going to answer that question.
No,
How
he
much
won't.
did people know about elephants?
I can tell you this.
In 1800s.
I can tell you this. When Jumbo,
easy.
I mean, that was a direct reference. The Disney movie. Is
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. When Jumbo died,
"Baby Mine" is one of the most heart-wrenching songs you'll ever hear.
Oh my God! Please stop. Look, let me
when
interrupt.
Jumbo- it hurts just to say.
I
let me
can
just
tell
say
John's
this. When
not about
Jumbo-
to even remotely answer my question.
Oh
Jake
no, but
can
it
probably
doesn't matter.
sing "Baby
I've
Mine."
got a very
Jake,
good
will you
point
just-
to make because
When Jumbo died, great.
This goes back to what Barnum was. When Jumbo died, the greatest elephant of all time,
The biggest.
that P.T. Barnum went, Jumbo the elephant. When Jumbo died, he had Jumbo stuffed.
Yeah,
And there was a Jumbo exoskeleton
not an exoskeleton, just
or
a
just a skeleton.
Yeah, mammals
Or
don't have
these-
exoskeletons. I don't think.
Okay. God, if anyone's
Continue.
out there wanting to join a new podcast, let me know. I'm interested.
Anyway,
There
Barnum
was
introduced the biggest stag beetle that anyone had ever
No,
seen.
this is a great story. John, please.
He had it stuffed, and he also had a skeleton, the skeleton of Jumbo.
Hopefully,
on
the
display.
skeleton. Yeah, not just any old
And
skeleton.
he sold tickets for that
Oh yeah, the
and made a
taxidermed
fortune off of that.
the taxidermed skin of Jumbo and the skeletal remains of Jumbo were drawing more than the living largest elephant
Correct.
in America at the time.
Well, I hope he learned a valuable lesson. So, real quick, to
You're
answer
worth
my
more dead than alive.
to answer my own question, which neither of you could do, the first time Americans saw an elephant was in 1796 with a elephant named Old Bet, which had come from India.
Oh, okay. Now new
To
stuff.
where?
Yeah, how much did he weigh? What was his
How many
fingerprint?
eyes did he have?
It went-
How many tusks did he have?
It went
How
to
long was his trunk?
Boston as part of a
He had a
menagerie.
Boston
like
trunk.
menageries were a thing as early as 1804.
But here's the thing: Indian elephants don't have tusks.
Well, in
Suck on that.
in the pictures, the drawn pictures, Jumbo has shaved off tusks. I don't know if it's real because they were drawings.
Yeah, but I think he was an African elephant.
Oh yeah, African
That's neat.
elephants are bigger than Indian elephants. That's why Old Bet is not.
Oh, not the biggest.
Yeah,
I
not
understand.
not lauded as the largest, but the
Well-
first. The first.
Anyway, so let's move on.
Okay, so
Oh,
Barnum
already?
and Bailey, and no, I'm things are about to happen. So Barnum and Bailey, the greatest show on earth, as they build themselves. Bailey, when he came on, he was very, very organized. That was his thing, even more so than Barnum's kind of brash attitude towards
Wow.
everything. And so,
What was the age discrepancy between these two?
good God,
I think it was pretty discreet. I think it was
I have
pretty big.
no idea.
Yeah, no, you indicated earlier like
I-
Bailey was a young upstart, an up and
Yeah,
comer.
Bailey
Yes,
dies well after.
Yeah, I think it was probably 30, 40 years.
Okay, yeah,
I don't know if it's that much, but nonetheless, Just judging by their deaths. Which
Yeah, I mean, I'm just it's notable if like this young up and comer is like so much more well organized and can even outsell P.T. Barnum himself. Like, what a wonderkind.
Like Barnum is like he did the railroad first. He was which changed everything because the other guys had the horses and wagons. He was the first one to incorporate the brand new railroad. What's next? What's new? And so he could get more animals and freaks and things passed around faster. And so, but then once Bailey joined on, they could send this into overdrive because he was such a kind of master at getting this. And so you have this traveling city of 1,000 people, a little over 1,000 people, up to 1,200 people, hauling 14 acres worth of canvas, feeding these 1,000 people 3 times a day. There was a post office that traveled with them, a barbershop, laundry.
Is this on one train?
3 trains.
Ah,
it took 3 trains to move them around. And 6 days a week, it moved. There was only one rest day. Or maybe they did that second show or whatever you were talking about earlier.
You know, it's one of the funniest things that I don't know if they did this way on early or when they started this, but there did come a point where when the train came in, you could go up and pick up elephant feces as manure. Like, go, hey, we're giving you free elephant manure.
Oh, it's free.
Did we want this?
Damn right it was. Come on and pick it up.
Okay.
I would have charged a nickel, personally.
In fact,
so there were 3 trains on the 3 train lines. I have no idea about.
No, they're just behind, one in front of the other.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea how far behind a train has to follow the other train on the train line for safety's sake, but like, there's just one more like little potential hazard or wrinkle in getting to the city on time.
Traveling was more dangerous than the circus itself. These guys are trained professionals. They're doing their backflips and all that.
Yeah.
It's train wrecks were the biggest problem. But even when the biggest one happened, when there were like 30 dead elephants laying on the tracks and it completely ripped everything apart, they were back up.
Please mention that part.
They were back up and running within a week. They caught up a week after losing almost everything.
So that referenced my question earlier. Like, they put up a poster.
Right.
They're like, the circus is coming on March 18th, and everyone in the town is like, woo, circus! I'm marking my calendar. And then, there was a train wreck and 30 dead elephants. It'll be April 2nd now.
You send Connor the 3-legged monkey back out, and he puts up a new poster. No big deal.
Connor the 3-legged monkey who can travel at the speed of light.
He's got 3 legs.
So the circus is traveling on trains now, thanks to P.T. Barnum, and the train.
Yes,
the trains
actually for Bailey.
Barnum put them on the train. Bailey made them this well-oiled machine.
So someone in the circus industry with the last name that starts with a B has arranged that circuses travel on trains now, and the train system was fairly well established at this point in 1881.
Yeah.
And the cars are a certain size, and passenger cars are a certain size, and cargo cars are a certain size. And then we need a car to transport Jumbo, the biggest elephant in the world. Did a new car have to be built for Jumbo, or did she simply easily fit on a standard cargo car?
Oh, she fit on a standard car.
I don't know this.
No, I do. I do. I do. She fit on a standard car. It was not, you did not need an extra car for Jumbo.
Well, guess what? Jumbo died in a train wreck.
Oh, no.
Which is why
no one could have seen this coming.
You should have had a special car for Jumbo.
Fair enough.
I've been saying this for years.
And you want to know how?
It turns out you needed a special car for Jumbo. We didn't think you did. But,
where were you on that one, PT? Phineas.
It turns out we did need a special car. We didn't get it. We're going to do our best to do it next time.
They just crammed her into an oil tanker, which
I sound like fucking Donald Trump right now. We didn't have a thing for the Dumbo. We're going to do it next time. It's going to be the greatest elephant you've ever seen. It's the biggest fucking elephant ever. It's the greatest elephant ever.
Exactly. In fact, the posters after the train wreck, which was just a train wreck, there's a picture. There are photographs at this time, right? There's photography. There's lots of great footage, by the way. Everybody,
in 1881.
Go look at these old films of the early circus. They're amazing. But so train wrecks, Jumbo dies, and then the posters though, and there's this awesome poster out there of and this is again part of the Dumbo story or adaptation, is Jumbo in this picture is like jumping in front of the train to block it from killing the new baby elephant from Bailey. So we make Jumbo a hero and then stuff it and then sell it as hero dead elephant carcass.
For those of you at home that can't see the video, I'm grimacing right now out of discomfort.
It's not a pretty story.
Well, what's really uplifting though is
we need one. We need something, John.
It's about time.
Here it comes. After the death of Dumbo.
Oh, Jumbo.
I love when John bursts into laughter after announcing a death.
Death.
After the death of Jumbo. The good news is that the heaviest elephant, Bolivar, became the new star of elephants.
Bolivar was long
land.
dead, I would imagine.
I'm Bolivar, the heaviest elephant.
Bolivar.
Nah, never mind.
One
Bolivar.
One quick point about even though obviously there was a horrible train wreck, but Bailey and hauling all this stuff around, 1,000 people, post office, feeding them day after day, moving every single day. A German military officer flew over and joined the tour for a while just to learn how they did it. Because it was just such a miraculous accomplishment that you could move so much stuff.
Man, isn't that
seamlessly.
Great? Hitler went, listen, I need you to go over to America. I need you to find out, how did they get this fucking elephant across
That
the land?
officer's name, Joseph Goebbels.
Hey.
Oh, fucking. And I wouldn't doubt
who brought this up? Whose idea was this? Which barrel are we in right now? This is ridiculous.
I wouldn't doubt that Barnum was a fucking Nazi. I really wouldn't.
So I'm kind of in, let me close this down of the Barnum thing so I can pass the baton. So we're now at our height. Barnum and Bailey runs the universe as far as traveling entertainment goes. They would come into a town. It was called a pageant at the beginning. They called it the Great Congress of Nations. By now...
was that the first term that they used to get away from the ugliness of the term circus with the pickpockets and the business?
Oh, this has got to be like the 30th
iteration.
Yeah. But they have actors wearing clothes from other places, speaking in their accents and music from each other place in the world. And they would recreate moments in history with and some of the biggest ones had over 1,000 people as like they would recreate a battle and the whole damn thing, even the loaders and lifters and shit they would be in the big
they were the
pageant.
first person to do Civil War reenactments.
Kind of, yeah.
In the pageant.
Yeah. And some of them lasted
Wow.
So now I know who to blame. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bailey.
And at their biggest, the Big Top by itself had about 5,000 people, but there would be 7-8 tents of show. And then you still had menagerie and museum. So it's insane. It really is a moving city. It's
You
ridiculous.
probably had like 20,000 people moving through that thing.
This is not true. Don't listen to John Swasey.
I never do.
2,000 was about as big as it got. Of the crew, cast and crew.
Yeah, no, he was talking about attendees.
No, I'm talking about the
draw?
the people.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
He's not talking about circus.
Suddenly I'm okay.
He's not talking about
No, you're
circus
not.
performers, Kyle. He's talking about people.
Oh, they're not people. So their biggest star, they actually started,
This is what I have to
drawing
deal with.
in just
Their biggest star
stars.
was Jumbo. We've already covered that.
No, but we started. It started to get beyond that, where like
There's no one bigger
Just
than
the-
Jumbo.
that's you're true. I mean, that's
Dude, I
literally
really thought you were wrapping up here.
this son of a bitch. So there was
Just
a
to
gal
wrap things
named.
up, I'd like to start a whole new chapter on the biggest star of the Barnum and Bailey.
Just to give you a monetary idea of how big they got, Jenny Lind was the most famous performer in all of Europe. Okay, so not a movie star because we didn't have movies, but she was it. And according to Ruth Hume, as you all know, she had
I take her
everything.
word over John Swasey's word any day.
Oh, fuck you.
What's Ruth Lind? Wait,
You
that's not
son of a bitch.
It's not an
Really?
insult. It's Ruth frickin' Lind.
Well,
Yeah.
Her
I'll
word
give
is
you-
as good as
I'll
gold.
give you that. I'll give you that.
And Ruth Hume said that Jenny
yeah.
Lind had
That's what I
everything. A thrilling voice, a dramatic talent, and a reputation for piety, modesty, and good works, which fit right into their new clean-cut image.
I do love the idea as Ruth Hume's word being as good as gold, as well as her great-great-grandson, Britt Hume, who's very well known for speaking the truth,
yeah.
right?
Where is this going with the circus? I thought you were wrapping
Oh,
shit
Jenny
up.
Lind, the biggest star ever. They brought her over from Europe, and then
in
what
the
happened?
circus. It's like they bring in, Scarlett Johansson joins the circus is what's happening.
What was her performative ability? A singer?
A thrilling voice, dramatic talent, and a reputation for piety, modesty, and good works. Yeah, she was not. That's the difference. Like it was just the person who was going to sing and perform.
Great. And how'd she do?
Not.
Like,
Well,
what did she contribute to the art form?
She was just kind of the peak of it. Like she outdid Jumbo.
Woo! Keep talking.
Yeah.
Like what? A crowds
And
of
so
22,000.
when she joined, she got $1,000 per concert, is what they called them,
Wow.
plus expenses, of course. And she said she only went on the tour with him if Barnum would also hire her conductor, her composer, her pianist, and a 60-member orchestra. He also gave her about $200,000. It's kind of a signing bonus.
This is what, 1890 by this point? Like what year are we talking about?
I don't
$5
know.
million.
$5 million per concert.
John. 5 million. Whoa. And so then we ride that for a little bit, but until Barnum gets old, he
Meets
goes and
Thomas
talks to his
Edison.
good buddy Thomas Edison, records one of the earliest messages on the phonograph, and it's basically the same sort of shit saying how great he is.
Mm-hmm.
And then he passes away like 2 weeks after this message that you can go listen on YouTube. And it's pretty simple, straightforward. It's very, of course, scratchy and sounds like it was made in 1891. So he died
Did
at,
Jenny Lind sing Ave Maria at his funeral, I presume?
Man, it wasn't recorded, at least.
Well, not that you can see on YouTube, but the
Yeah.
newspapers at the time said so.
And then, okay, so James Bailey, he's left without his Barnum. He lives on till 1906. So what is that? 17 years later, he dies.
Okay.
And then whoever was in charge of the estate sold it to some upstarts for $410,000. The most popular amusement traveling extravaganza in America at the time, to the Ringling Brothers.
Oh, the upstarts were named the Dingalings?
No, in 1908.
James Bailey died in 1906. So whoever sold it to him must have been 1908. Is that what you've got there?
Jimothy B. Barnum, I presume, the son?
1907.
Okay, so there you go. He dies in 1906. The whoever's in charge at the time sells it to the Ringling Brothers in 1907.
For those of you at home that can't see what we're seeing, John Swasey just did a mic drop when he said the date 1907.
He
leaned back,
he
dropped a mic.
He wins.
And he's mostly done for the night. So
wow.
Right.
Whatever happens now is a bonus. It's gravy.
The Ringling Brothers take over Barnum and Bailey.
Both of them?
But they had much more going on before that.
I doubt it.
Yes, they did.
Oh, they
Prove
did.
it.
Tell us about it. I'm passing the mic to John Swaseys.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make this very simple. I'm not gonna go into it. We've already been into this like 5 hours. So
hour and a half.
Whoa,
like
easy.
a perfect part one.
But the Ringling Brothers were some folks out of Wisconsin. 5 brothers.
5.
And yeah. And they went to a circus. Their father was a maker of saddles and harnesses.
Did their mother smell of elderberries by any chance?
I think she did, and they expected nothing less from their boys.
Of smelling of elderberries?
Of smelling.
You will smell the elderberries, my friends. You're damn right you will.
Proud of those boys.
Nothing
Proud
less.
of those boys.
Yeah, these boys are the best. So they went to a circus, which I think goes back to the kind of circus that Kyle was talking about earlier. The earlier circuses where there would be grifters and smugglers and ne'er-do-wells and all kinds of bad people. But nonetheless, they went because it was a fun time. It was a good time.
Everyone.
But they had a great experience. So they came back and they were like, hey, we're not going to be like our father and make saddles and harnesses. We're going to have a
I can't blame
circus."
them. This is what I was saying earlier, that some people just wanted to join the circus because otherwise your future was making saddle harnesses.
Right, exactly. It's like, you know what? Here's my thought. We don't need to do this shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was actually, it was 5 brothers.
Yeah.
It was Albert, Otto, Alfred, Charles, and John. And I think it was Albert was the oldest. And Albert said, hey, fellas, we don't need to be in the harnessing.
The harness business. Horse harnessing. I know it sounds sexy. But we don't have to do that.
It's honest work. It's honest work.
I know horse harnesses sound sexy, but we don't have to be in that business. We can go do something better, like be in the circus. Well, they had gone to a circus and they had discovered the circus, and that's what they did, and so they went off and started their own circus.
They started their own circus.
They did, and it was funny. It was in Wisconsin, And it was a stupid circus. I mean, it was like, Otto, can you juggle balls? Kyle, can you?
I've met Otto. Yes, he can.
Kyle, can you tame a dog? Jay, how do you feel about spinning plates on a stick? I mean, it was that
Just
stupid.
stupid human tricks that,
Very
like
much
you were
so.
talking about
Very
earlier.
much
Yeah,
so.
so because
And
we're
they
going back
did
in
it.
time. This is them.
Okay.
But it worked. People were, they were, I think we covered this, they were agrarian.
Yes, we
And
did.
In Wisconsin? What do they grow up there? Snowballs?
I think entertainment was very easily acquired. And they went, look at him with a plate spinning on a stick. Oh, my God.
I've never seen
What do
anything
I
like
do?
it.
Where do I give my money?
There is some incredible footage of the Ringling Brothers and their initial circus, and they're literally doing leapfrog.
Yeah, exactly. They are leapfrogging over each other going, we did it. Leapfrog. And so, but what they did is they started this, in
I would have
this
gone to
one-
see Joyce Heth. I'm sorry.
their town. They started in their town and they made a little money. So they said, well, let's take it to the next town and let's see what happens. And people were so stupid. They were like, leapfrog, that was amazing. We'll give you another nickel.
But they
so
started
they-
learning new stuff.
They started to learn to do stuff. It wasn't like Barnum going, I'm going to present to you the most amazing, ridiculous thing you've ever thought of. They were just like, here's a dog. I'm going to make him jump over a stick. Yay! And people loved it. And so they started to build the circus thing.
But to your point, John, like Barnum was going, what thing can I purchase that people have never seen before, even from my own show? Like I had a show with a 2-headed snake. Can I find a 3-headed snake somewhere in the Fiji Islands?
Even more than that,
But
Jay.
the
Even more
Ringling-
than that.
The
Even more
Ringlings
than
were
that.
like, we've done a dog that can jump over a stick. We got to up our game. Can we teach the dog to jump over 2 sticks? How about 3 sticks?
Yes. But even more
They
than
started
that,
as performers.
P.T. Barnum was like, oh, I just showed somebody with a snake with a 2-headed snake on a stick.
I love
Are
this.
you about to
how
say
about-
what Jay just said?
How about if I have a 3-headed snake on a stick?
Yes. Yes.
Did I say that? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
No, I didn't say it was on a
Keep
stick.
going,
I do
John.
love that it's on a stick because that's delicious.
But the Ringling Brothers were not that. They were like, how do we jump over a cat on a dog?
Yeah.
And how do we
They
jump over
performers first?
2 cats on a dog? So where P.T. Barnum was like, how do I swindle? They were like, how do I show something fantastic?
Yeah, how to become better at our jobs.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we did
And
we
so-
did leapfrog over each individual brother. What if we have 2 brothers on piggyback leapfrogging over 2 brothers on piggyback? Like that'd be something.
Bingo. So the circus, though, their circus started to grow in the Midwest.
Because piggyback's huge. People love
The biggest
piggyback.
thing was once they got into and once they got to a certain point, they grew and grew, and then they said, "Let's add animals. Let's add this," and they got into the circus realm. I mean, they were certainly
Pigs
in
on
the realm.
piggyback?
You're damn right. But
A pig on a
they
pig. Crime
got to
against
a point
humanity.
where they were the biggest circus
Cats
in the
and
Midwest.
dogs living together.
Living together. There'll be anarchy.
They were the biggest act in the Midwest. Their biggest problem,
Jumbo.
they couldn't break it.
Oh, sorry.
They couldn't break into the East. because
They were after Jumbo.
the East was
Ultra.
owned by P.T. Barnum and his group.
I've heard of that guy. You might want to go to a previous
kind of
episode
like
to check that
it's
out.
like the grocery stores going, we're HEB and we're in Texas, and somebody else going, well, we're Publix and you won't come over here ever.
Oh,
It was a fucking deal. It was
yeah.
don't you fucking come over here, champ. You have that. We have this. Don't come over until
Barnum dies.
Barnum, Bailey goes, we're going to go to Europe for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And they go to Europe for a while. And the Ringling Brothers go, now's our chance. And they move into the East.
Wow.
And they overtake it. Oh, yeah.
How
they overtake it like
how
a
long did it
motherfucker.
take him to do that?
A year. It was a year. They were in. They were in.
Like, was
But-
the tour in Europe a full year, or did they were like, all we need is 3 months?
Oh, no.
It wasn't a tour.
The tour for Barnum and Bailey in Europe was like 5 years. So they had plenty of time
They
to
just
come in and go.
vacated the U.S. entirely?
First off,
Correct.
Barnum was already dead.
Well, he may have already
Okay.
been dead. But yeah, and you're right. That was Bailey doing that. But yeah, it was a 5 year. Yeah, we're out. We're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So Ringling Brothers stepped in. I do want to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah, there's some good Ringling lore.
Yeah, there's some good. So there were some good acts that in the circus or in the early days. I don't know if this was Ringling or not because Bailey didn't give a shit.
About what?
About
the Ringling
what?
Brothers, the Ringling Brothers gave a shit about the authenticity of their acts.
Oh yeah. The Barnum and Bailey were both just natural born kind of charlatans of
Right,
they mastered overselling everything
Right.
and the marketing and but they also delivered. You showed up and people weren't dissatisfied. They didn't.
No. I mean, they saw the bearded giant human or whatever it was.
And then there's
It's
all
a good
weird
act.
fake
The
ones,
bearded giant Hewitt sold. Yeah.
Anyway,
But
please, but
the
yes.
the Ringling Brothers were more about we want to be real, and this is what you're getting. This is
Yes.
they were very much we want to be honest about what you're getting.
Right, because
So,
that
anyway.
shadow followed Barnum. I mean, that was his upbringing. Like I was saying, the very first thing he did was sell bum lottery tickets. And that sort of thing stuck with him the whole way. And that was the, quote, circus was the breeding ground for kind of, and he never was able to really lose that. And so the Ringling Brothers, come along and clean. I mean, he tried to clean it
Right.
up through a couple of stages, but the Ringling Brothers finally actually did it.
So when the Ringling Brothers came around, they were big in the Midwest. Barnum and Bailey was big in the East. So when they finally came together in 1907,
That's well, they didn't come together; they died.
well, I mean,
And Bailey were dead.
Okay, hold on. Hang on. Hold on.
call it what you want, Kyle. They just died, whatever. I'm just saying.
I need some clarity. I will
the
act
companies
I will
came
act
together.
as the audience here to say, okay, so I've learned that Bailey, who was running Barnum and Bailey as the sole surviving partner, took the Barnum and Bailey circus to Europe. During that time, the Ringling Brothers came, did an incursion into the East Coast. and that was a certain year, and they managed to gain a foothold. And then after everyone died in 1807, the Ringling Brothers were like, did they form a official? Because I know that they're now in modern days the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. That's what the whole thing is called.
No,
You could-
So, like,
what
was an official deal struck, and by who?
$410,000.
No, yeah, but what happened is so Barnum died, Bailey died, and so the Barnum and Bailey was like, what do we do? And so
They're dead.
they're dead. There's nothing to do.
They're like, yeah, let's lay in the
Ringling-
ground, I guess.
Ringling Brothers came in and bought them out in 1907.
From the surviving estate.
$10,000.
Yes.
Paltry compared to what they were making at their.
Well, if we're using 1834 numbers, multiply that by 40.
In comparison to what they were doing. Like they had reached their peak and they were sold for cheap after they were both
They
dead.
were. But here's the
Or
other
the
thing.
show, the name was sold.
Here's the other thing, though. So even when they bought the name, they still maintained two separate circuses. So there was still a Barnum and Bailey
they did.
Oh.
and the Ringling Brothers circuses. There were still two. Even when they bought them, they kept them separate.
For how long
right.
and why?
Okay, so good point, Jay. So
That's the only kind of points I bring up.
It was during
Untrue.
I think
Untrue. Tell me the length of the trunk and the color of his pubic hair.
It's a good point, though. Come on. John, I'm sorry that Kyle interrupted you. That was rude.
no, that's okay. It was actually a culmination of World War I and World War II
Okay.
because a lot of the
Military needed elephants.
yes,
War elephants.
the military needed elephants.
as big as possible. Yeah.
No, but they needed the railroads.
Yes.
They needed the railroads. They needed a lot of stuff, and so eventually they went,
I love stuff, man.
let's merge together, because if we merge together, then we don't have to have as much needed stuff for the railroads, because the railroads are how the circuses got around. But
Because of P.T. Barnum.
but World War I and World War II, the railroads were utilized for the wars.
So hang on, John.
like-
So that you said they stayed separate for a little while. Even after the merger, there was a Ringling Circus and there was a Barnum and Bailey Circus. And was that because they were established in their geographic zones, like the Midwest and the East, because they couldn't use the railroads as much?
It was because originally they stayed separate because it was like owning your own fucking competition. It was like,
Yeah.
fuck Barnum and Bailey. We're going to go see Ringling Brothers.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Because they had
Right.
built a fan base.
We own the whole fucking cannoli, So it wasn't until 1919, which was after World War I started, where stuff started to really change. Like the government, hey, you can't transport the circus. We got to have that for the army on the railroad.
That's interesting.
So it was 1919. They decided to merge together, and they did. This was in the big P.T. Barnum style. They did a big fucking show are you ready?
I'm not ready, but
Wait.
Madison Square Garden.
no, you're like, come on, you're making it up.
No,
What
that's
year
where
is
they
this?
did it.
1919.
1919.
So Madison Square Garden, when was it built?
Madison Square Garden. And that's where they did. And I would put forth That is probably the biggest ever show ever in the circus world.
Okay. I would imagine.
That you're wrong.
No, I'm sure I'm wrong.
The biggest show ever in the circus arena.
So, okay. If you're
They're not much bigger. I mean,
In 1919, Madison Square Garden was literally James Madison's wife, Dolly Madison's square garden, which was about 12 feet by 12 feet. It was a square garden that Dolly Madison had
fuck
built.
you, Jay.
What? I'm sorry. I'm a historian.
God, why is he on this?
It was.
I think you
Someone invited me. I can't remember who. No, I get
Son
it.
of a bitch.
It was a big show. 1919. A big old
That was
circus show.
That was a big show. So so that was kind of their big thing. I mean, and
The next
You know,
year,
as
1920, was the first WrestleMania in Madison Square Garden. Like, it was big. They were ready for big crowds. That's all I'm saying. They were ready for big crowds.
Patrick
WrestleMania.
Jumbo versus Bolivar in the squared circle.
Bring your giraffe.
I mean, I bring up this as a joke, but also in wrestling, they have what they call a ring, but it's square, but it's based on the circus, which is a ring. Like at some point, the circular ring became a squared ring for boxing and wrestling. Like this is all tied in. It's all
What
related.
does that mean, though? What does that
The
mean?
strong
What is
man
this?
was a thing early on.
Thank you, Kyle. That's the perfect kind of non sequitur segue
Yeah.
back into the
Meet
circus.
What
the
is this?
barrel.
What is the square thing, though?
They call
A ring, a boxing ring.
yeah.
Why is a boxing ring
Called a ring.
when
It's a square. Why is a wrestling ring called a ring?
I
It's
see.
because of the circus, which is done on a ring. 3-ring circus. Like it was
And
first.
it's always the same size.
It was first a
Because
ring.
the animals understand it.
Sumo matches. Sumo wrestling is done in a real circular ring, but in America, wrestling is done in a square. But they call it a ring because of
But,
you know.
and they also call it wrestling.
That's
Not
a
a
fair
fan.
point.
It's a stuntman show, maybe.
Well, we did it. We finally hit bottom. I knew we would. Thanks, everybody. If you'd like to learn more about this finely distilled product, visit bottomofthebarrelpodcast.com, where you can find our previous episodes, merch, and even some Patreon options. If you want to tell us how smart we are or how stupid we are, or if you have a topic you want us to dive into, hit us up on our socials. Bottom of the Barrel Podcast is on Instagram, X, and YouTube. Special thanks go out to our audio production guru, Dave Lasco, our beloved manager and punching bag, Olivia Swasey, and Jonathan Benjamin. Take care.